Hello everyone, welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you all doing? I just saw my mails and I was moving it. Okay guys, today we're going to be talking about oily skin. Who on the watch have oily skin? Well, I tend to get that a lot. Like, is there anything that we can use to get rid of oily skin? So what I'm going to do for you today, I'm going to share some tips. I'm also going to tell you how to take care of your skin if you tend to get oily skin and have a lot of oil on your skin. So how are you all doing? It has been a rough week for me, but I am here. At first, I thought I wasn't going to have the show today, but I decided that, the show must go on. So I chose the topic that I received most questions on, and that is oily skin. Now, what causes this oily skin? We tend to get oily skin when the skin produces way much sebum. The sebum is a waxy, oily substance that actually hydrates the skin and keep the skin moisturized. But when it produces way too much, it actually leaves the skin oily and greasy. So I'm going to show you how to cut back on all that grease, that excessive grease. I'm also going to tell you how to wash your skin, how to protect your skin, and also how to have your skin looking less greasy, radiant, with a natural glow instead of shiny looking. All right, so it's Sunday Chit Chat, and if you're new to the chat, a warm welcome to you. And what we do in the beginning is just to do a little bit of a shout out to show our appreciation. So if you are watching, feel free to comment and let us know if it's your first time. And if it's not your first time, a warm welcome to you. We have Lucy today on the chat as our moderator. Lucy tends to share tips and pointers and also have to weed out all the comments that are not YouTube friendly. We have people in green that are a member of the channel, like Magdalene. And how are you doing, Magdalene? I hope you had a great week. We have Jill and we also have Karen, and let me see who was first. Karen McDowell was first on the chat, so welcome to our chat. And we also have Ely. Ely is a member. Dear Chichi, can you tell me more about Camu Camu? What are properties for using it in serum, eye cream, etc., etc.? And we also have Rita Omaled. Happy Sunday to you. And let's see who else is here. Cynthia Wallace, hello from Brooklyn, and welcome to the chat. And all right, so that's what I can see in my view. So we're talking about oily skin today, guys. So if you have a question on oily skin, comment. Go ahead and ask your question so that we could answer it. Now, guys, what many of you might not be aware of is that the skin does not produce water. Even though we tend to sweat, that is not water per se, but when it comes on to oiliness, the skin produces oil because the skin need that oiliness. For people who do not have oily skin and have just normal skin, that is because there's a balance in the skin with the amount of sebum that the skin produces. When the skin produces way too much sebum, then it becomes a problem. Your skin tends to get really, really oily. Now, how do we get the oily skin? Just as I said, and that is the question I get. How did I get oily skin? You get oily skin because the skin is producing way too much oil. You don't need all of that oil. So what do you do to get rid of all the oils on your skin? The very first thing that you need to do to take care of your oily skin is actually to wash your face. Now, before I get to that, guys, there are many of you might not be aware of that the main cause, and this might be a shocker to some of you, but the main cause of oily skin is actually dehydration. If you drink a lot of water and if you keep your body hydrated, it will cut down on the oiliness on your skin. Sound far-fetched, but it is the truth because your skin, as I said, does not produce water. So you need to hydrate the skin, rejuvenate that skin to have your skin at a normal balance, free from all the grease. Now, another thing I need you guys also to know that is when you tend to get a lot of breakout on your skin. Most of the time that is from over excess sebum on the skin. When the skin produces all the oil and grease, what happens is seep into the pores, and if you do not clean those pores out, those pores tend to cause blackheads. It starts out by causing whiteheads, and then it turns into blackheads. And what happens sometimes, it get infested, and there you go, you get bacteria, and there you get an skin loaded with acne. It sounds gross, but that exactly how people tend to get acne. Now, what can you do to cut this down? Most teenagers, guys, most teenagers have acne prone skin because they're going through the hormonal changes and the imbalance of the skin. So the sebum is all over the place. So the skin tends to produce more sebum than it needed because it's trying to find, you know, a fixture that it's not finding. And that is why most teenagers tend to get acne prone skin and oily skin. Adults tend to get oily skin most time without the acne because most of the time you are really cleaning your skin. The skin already find it balanced, but it still produces more grease, sebum when you are not hydrating your skin. Hello, Jason. How are you doing? I hope you are having an amazing Sunday evening. All right, so what do you need to combat this oil on the skin? You need to use an oil on the skin. If you're out there and you have oily skin, you need to use an oil. We're going to get into that later on. I'm also going to tell you how to cleanse your skin. If you have oily skin, should you be cleaning your skin once a day or twice a day or 3 times a day? We're going to talk about that a little bit. Also, guys, what is a good cleanser to cleanse your skin if you have oily skin? That is coming up, so don't go away. Ask your question and make sure you stay for all these answers. I'm also going to share some remedies with you that is known to have to get rid of the, well, let's not say get rid of the oily skin, because if you're not taking care of it, you could have oily skin today and tomorrow it could change. Not so quick, but you know what I mean. In a month or so, you could change to something else. And also, if you're experiencing certain kinds of an issue in your life per se, it could also cause your skin to get oily, and your environment could contribute to oily skin. So Karen, I used to have very oily skin. It's a lot better since I've been following you and using your recipe. Thank you so much for that, Karen. We have Sharon Terry, I think that is, or Tori, Torrey. Hi, thanks for the welcome. Okay, you are welcome again. And Salvika, Salvica. I love you, Chichi, so much. Big up from Sira Baja. I think I messed that up. You're a nice personality and big man. I love you, and I wish to be with you, with good friends. Wish you good heal and your family. Thank you also for that. And then we have Amin. Welcome to the chat. Georgetta, how are you? Doing well. Loretta, how are you? That Loretta Umana. Thank you. Hello, Rita. How are you? And if you use alcohol on your skin, it increases more oil on your skin. So we're definitely going to talk about that. So since you mentioned it, let's talk about it right now. Alcohol will dry out the skin. Excess alcohol on the skin will dry the skin out. Now, when the skin is dry, it means that you are also tapping in on the amount of oil that the skin is producing, which is the sebum. So for dry skin, you're not producing enough sebum, and for oily skin, you're producing way too much. Alcohol will take from the amount that the balance that you're producing and make it less. However, if you have oily skin, you can use a mild estrogen on your skin, especially when you start to see acne prone and pimples on the skin. I'll talk about that in a few minutes. So let's on to today. I did not know that. Thank you for the info, and you're welcome. Hello, Pauline C. How are you doing? Welcome to the chat, and we're here today. Almost didn't make it, but I'm here. All right, so we are moving on. And let's see who else is here with a question. All right, guys. So let me start out in order. Let us go in order. And I think that is going to make it easier. Cleansing your oily skin. How do you cleanse your oily skin? You need to cleanse your oily skin at least twice per day. twice per day. Okay, as I said, your skin is producing excess oil, so you're going to cleanse the skin AM and PM. Now, what is a good cleanser to use on the skin? I suggest that you use a foam cleanser. Most foam cleanser will help with oily skin. However, if you're using natural remedies such as most that I share on this channel, a good cleanser for your skin is to just blend some oatmeal and add a little bit of a milk to it and mix it up and use that to cleanse your skin. That is going to help not only to control the oil on the skin, but it's also going to help to get rid of the dirt from the skin and also the dead skin cell. So definitely search for a good cleanser, and when you're choosing cleanser, make sure that your cleanser does not contain an high amount of alcohol. You might not be aware that some cleanser do contain alcohol, so be mindful of the alcohol content. Can you use a cleanser that contain oil? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Now, I have oily skin. Why are you telling me to use a cleanser that contains oil? Because what happened to the skin when when the skin produces this excess amount of oil, you can actually slow that oil production down by applying more oil to the skin, because what the skin is producing, the skin is just thinking that it need more oil to keep it hydrated. So when you apply any oil on the skin, which you already have oily skin, what is going to happen? The skin is going to stop producing that amount of sebum, because the skin is going to already feel hydrated and moisturized. So it is really a myth when they said oily skin people shouldn't use oil on the skin. It is a myth, but try it, guys. However, you're got to be mindful of what oil that you use on the skin. And I have a list of oil for you that we're going to talk about later on that is great for oily skin. All right, so once you cleanse that skin twice per day, guys, you are going to pot dry your skin at all times. Always pot dry the skin. And when you pot dry the skin, apply a facial toner. Now, if you have a mild estrogen, be careful of the alcohol content, guys. Read. As a matter of fact, micellar water is amazing for oily skin. It does not contain a lot of estrogen. As a matter of fact, it have no form of alcohol in it. So that's a good cleanser. It's not a toner. I'm going to call it an estrogen. That's a good estrogen to use on your face. Micellar water right after you wash it. Now, if you are into natural remedies like we share on this channel, a good toner to use on the skin is some green tea or some cucumber water. Okay, you can actually infuse cucumber, or you can juice the cucumber, add extra water to it, keep it in your refrigerator, and you can use that to wipe your face after you wash your face if you have oily skin. Not only is going to keep your skin cool, but it's also going to help to fight that production of sebum on the skin. All right, we're going to take a few questions and then we are going to move on, because there's a lot. I know most people are interested in what to apply to the skin to get rid of the oiliness, but the foundation is to clean. You got to clean your skin, guys. You got to clean your skin. Whether or not you have oily skin, you got to clean your skin. But for oily skin people, you need to pay more attention to cleaning your skin than anything else. Anna, anyway, may I know if it is the best way of getting rid of varicose vein? Someone is asking about varicose vein. I think you want to know the best way of getting rid of varicose vein. And I post a video, several videos I think I have on my channel for varicose vein. Go and search for varicose vein on my channel and choose one that have a video that I have. It have over 2 million views. That I can't remember the title of the video, but if you put varicose vein Khichibeauty, most of the time that's the one that pop up. Read the comments, because most people are going to tell you how well it works, and then you give it a try. Rita, actually, just a quick question. The face toner serum, can I use it all over or just my face and neck? You actually, whatever you use on your face, guys, you can actually use it over your entire body, because you still, it's all about the skin. All about the skin. The only problem is why we tend to have facial creams and facial serum that we don't use on the entire body is because they put so much effort and so much more expensive ingredient in it that, you know, it might get a little pricey if you have to buy that to use over your entire body. But if you have the money, you can use your facial moisturizer anywhere on your body. You could use a facial toner, spray it all over your body. It's going to get the job done just as it get the job done on the face. Okay? All right. So, let's see who else have a question. Eddie Moore, good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for that. So Rita, Lucia just posted the link to the varicose vein. So you could actually click on the link and watch that video. Now, exfoliating oily skin. Now, when you have oily skin, do you really think that you need to exfoliate your skin? Or you think because you have oil on the skin, it's going to irritate the skin? No. When you have oily skin, I suggest that you exfoliate your skin at least 2 to 3 times per week. However, at least once per week is good, okay? Everyone needs to exfoliate on a regular, but for oily skin, at least once per week, exfoliate your skin. And you can use an exfoliator that contain oil. You can use an exfoliator that contain oil, because you are helping to hydrate the skin to slow that sebum production down, that oiliness that you get on the skin. Now, when you're choosing an exfoliator for oily skin, you can use any regular exfoliator, because not because your skin is oily, it doesn't mean that there's anything else going on with your skin apart from it being oily. However, if you have oily skin and acne, then you have to be mindful of the facial scrub that you use. If you have oily skin and you have sensitive skin, then you also have to be mindful of the facial scrub that you use on the skin. Apart from that, most a facial scrub is going to be good for oily skin. Okay? All right. So why are you exfoliating again? You're exfoliating to clean the pores out, to get rid of the excess grease and dirt from the skin, so that your skin will be fresh, clear, and hydrated. And that's the reason why you use a facial exfoliator that contain oil. Is water-based exfoliator good for oily skin? Yes, it is good for oily skin, because you are exfoliating in a circular motion. But when you're done with your water-based exfoliator, definitely choose leave-on moisturizer with a bit of oil. All right, Jackie Mom, good evening, Chichi, and everyone. Happy Sunday. Margareta, I have sensitive oily skin. When I use any products or oil, it just makes me hot. And maybe you're living somewhere where it is very warm. What I'm going to do for you to in this show, I'm actually going to give you a recipe. And I have the recipe written down here at the end, near to the end of the show. I'm going to share that recipe, and I want you to try it for an entire week. I'm also going to give an oil that you need to use on your skin. And if you have the oil, or you can get the oil, get it and use it for an entire, as a matter of fact, give you 2 weeks on it and come back and leave a comment. So don't go away, wait for the recipe. And if you have to leave, come back later on and rewind near to the end for the recipe to use on the skin. Also, guys, I know that a lot of people, and sometimes I'm guilty of that, where when it gets very warm, it's like, I don't want to put anything on my skin. I just want to just relax and have my skin just free from all beauty products, just totally just wash, clean, and probably I put a body spritz over with nothing else. So I do understand what you're saying, but if you have oily skin, you have to apply something to the skin, which most time is a little bit of oil, trying to slow the oil production down. All right, and I know several people, and I also gave the recipe that I'm going to share with you to a couple of people, and they use it, and that's why I'm sharing it with you today. That's why I'm talking about oily skin, because they are actually getting amazing results from using the Remedies. Penny Key. My face is very oily. 2 months now I have recurrent pimples. What do I do? All right, so what you need to do, as I said at the top of the hour, you need to cleanse your face. And a good facial cleanser, with a good foam cleanser is good for your skin. Choose a cleanser, a foam cleanser that is geared towards your skin type. You have oily skin, so you're going to choose a foaming cleanser that is geared towards oily skin. Most of those foaming cleanser is going to contain a bit of facial oil in it. Okay, now twice per day you wash your face, AM and PM. After washing your face, use a facial toner or a mild astringent on your face. Astringent actually is to get rid of the excess grease and dirt from your face, while a facial toner is to hydrate your skin. You can choose to use both, but make sure the astringent is mild. Some people confuse facial astringent with facial toner. It's different. Years ago, it used to be like just in a bunch by people used to just think astringent is toner and toner is astringent, but no, astringent do contain a bit of alcohol, while facial toner do not have any alcohol in it. So the alcohol is going to help to slow that oil production down without drying the skin, and that is why you need it to be very, very, very mild, around about 1% of alcohol. So when you cleanse your face and you put your toner or your astringent on your face, you're going to use a light serum. If you use serum, you're going to go ahead and use your serum. Now, when it comes on to your moisturizer, you're going to use a moisturizer that contains some form of an oil. Now, if your moisturizer doesn't contain oil, well, most oil moisturizer have a bit of an oil. I'm going to tell you oil that you need to add to your moisturizer. You're going to choose to add a little bit of a rosehip oil to your moisturizer. Yes, you have oily skin, but you're putting oil on the skin. As a matter of fact, make this be your nighttime routine where you choose to use extra oil on your skin. That is the best way to go, because in the daytime, you don't want your skin to look oily. So at night, use up your oils on the skin. While you sleep, that oil is going to work on the skin. The reason I suggest that you put the oil in the moisturizer is because you might be fighting, let's say you're fighting wrinkles, let's say you are, looking to lift and tone, and the moisturizer that you're using is like an anti-aging, or we all use different kind of moisturizer. You still need to reap that kind of a benefit, but you need to add the extra oil. So at night, and for all of you with oily skin, add a little extra oil to your moisturizer at night. You do not have to put the oil in the jar and mix it around. What you can do when you put your moisturizer, and here I have rosehip oil, and I practice what I preach. I use a lot of rosehip oil on my skin, mostly because it's absorbing my skin, and mostly because it contains a high amount of vitamin A, which help to fight wrinkles and fine lines and boosts collagen production in the skin. So when you take your moisturizer, and I don't have a moisturizer here, I have oil. So what you do, all you need in your moisturizer is just 1 drop. Whatever oil I'm going to share with you today, all you need is 1 drop for oily skin. And you're just going to rub that in with your moisturizer, and you're going to apply it to the skin. I apply oil on my skin even over makeup, just like I'm doing right here. I have makeup on, and look at that. Oh my goodness. I'm just putting rosehip oil over my makeup, and right away you can see my skin is looking as if I am dabbing it with a piece of paper. No, I am not. I'm just putting a little extra oil. So I'm actually slowing down that oil production. Now, guys, some of you also think that you have oily skin because when the time is hot, you tend to sweat a lot. It's a big difference. Because you sweat, it doesn't mean that you have oily skin. I sweat a lot. I do not have oily skin. Sweating is a total different story, which we could talk about in another video. All right, so definitely give that little recipe that I gave you, that little nighttime routine that I gave you, and for all of you, if you want to try it, go ahead, try it, use it, and come back a couple of weeks and let me know if it works for you. All right, so definitely exfoliate. And another thing, guys, when it comes onto oily skin, you need to do a facial mask at least once per week. This week I was reading an article and someone was saying, is a facial mask really important, or it is just a luxury addition to your skincare routine? I would say facial mask is not a luxury, especially if you watch my channel, because you know we don't really have to spend a whole bunch of money to make a facial mask. But it get the job done. And for one set of skin type, that a facial mask really get the job done is oily skin. If you have oily skin, you need to do a facial mask. I'm going to say at least once per week. A facial mask must be used at least 2 to 3 times per week. But I know some people are lazy. Some people, hello, Juliana, how are you? And some people just don't have the time and all of that. But that's why I say once a week. However, when you start to use it and you notice you're getting amazing result, you might want to do it at least 2 to 3 times a week. What kind of a facial mask is good for oily skin? A good old oatmeal facial mask. Blend that oatmeal to a powder. All right, you can add a little bit of a milk to it and a little bit of aloe vera and use it on your face as a facial mask. The best facial mask for oily skin is a clay mask. A clay mask is because the clay is very absorbing, and what the clay is going to do is going to suck out all that excess sebum from your skin. When you're done with a clay mask, most of the time, for most people, your skin is going to feel extremely dry. And that is why when I do a facial mask using any form of a clay, whether it is Fuller's Earth or green clay or pink clay, I always suggest that you use a moisturizer after, because your skin is going to feel dry. For dry skin people, when you do your clay mask, your skin is going to feel extra dry because it just suck out all that grease from your face. So oily skin people, practice to use a facial mask. A good one is something with clay. Fuller's Earth is a form of a clay or some oatmeal. And I'm going to give you a little joke and a little tip. And some of you might agree and some of you might not agree. But a good cornstarch, if you take some cornstarch, guys, and you mix that cornstarch with a little milk, oily skin people, listen up, listen up. This is tested, proven, and that is why most facial powder contains cornstarch, because it is very absorbing. Mix some cornstarch with some milk. If you do not use milk, add some soy milk or some almond milk and make a paste and apply it to your face at least once per week. If you do that on a regular, you're going to notice a tremendous difference on your skin. Tremendous. And also while you're at it, make sure to drink up your water. As a matter of fact, if anyone wants to volunteer for the entire week that have oily skin, to make sure they drink, and I'm not even going to say, you know, the recommended amount of water, but drink at least 16 ounces of water per day. Don't miss, and do not, that does not include tea and other sweet drink, but at least 16 ounces of water per day. And tell me what happened at the end of the week if you see any difference with your skin. So drink up your water, guys, and also use a clay mask. We're going to go back to the chat and we're going to take some question. Unidi, I don't know if I pronounced this right. Right, EUNIDE. Thank you for your advice. You're welcome. Hello, Keisha. How are you? Better late than never. Jajeta, Chichi, you're right about masks that dry the face. I use sea mask and green tea for masks. My face is so dry after. And sea mask is actually a good facial mask. Also, I have one on the channel, but I'm going to be honest with you. When it comes down to the sea mask, it is really good, but you have to be able to tolerate the scent. It's not pleasant. It's, you know, it's sea mask. It's almost like you're smelling like the seaside, or, you know, not the fresh. You know what I'm saying. If you know what the seaside smell like, especially after the fishermen, they come to shore with their fishes and stuff like that. The sea mask have that kind of a fragrant to it. Not very pleasant, but extremely good for the skin. All right. So what you can do, you could tip a little bit of a lavender or a little bit of an orange essential oil in the sea mask to give it a pleasant, a fragrance. Hello, Alistair. Welcome. How are you doing? I was gonna call you this morning, also Pauline C, just to check up on you guys. But I'm here, and as you can see, my eyes are not like bright. But anyway, that's a little family thing going on, guys. Anyway, let's move back to talking about oily skin. Sita, what you will recommend for dry skin? For dry skin, you also have to drink water. You got to hydrate. What happened with the dry skin is your skin is not producing enough sebum, and therefore you got to help the skin out by adding oil to the skin, also adding moisturizer to the skin, adding water to the skin. Okay, so that is what's for dry skin. Also for dry skin, you can actually believe it or not, exfoliate 2 to 3 times a week, because your skin is going to get flaky and all of that, and you need to have a mild exfoliator that contain oils. Very similar, but in a different way. So I'll talk about dry skin another day, but that's just a little tip on dry skin. All right, so Wendy, Maxine, my favorite mask so far is banana and egg yolk. Is that good for combination skin? And if I could show you my paper here, I would show you that I do have banana on my paper and I do have egg white. Yes, that is actually good for right across the board. Right across the board. Believe it or not, guys, most people are not, with sensitive skin, can use banana on their skin. Very strange, but it's the truth. Most people with sensitive skin can use banana on the skin. It will not irritate the skin. If you have oily skin and you're looking to put natural oil or natural grease and make your skin feel hydrated, banana is good. A little blended banana with a little milk is good to use on the skin. You can also choose to blend that banana and use some yogurt or use some soy milk or some almond milk. Now, someone was asking me the other day, they were like, is it because the substitute for regular milk is soy milk or almond milk, why you're always saying if you do not have milk, if you cannot use milk, use almond milk or soy milk? The answer to that is absolutely no. Sorry guys, it's actually no. Research a soy milk for yourself, and also almond. As a matter of fact, when it comes on to almond, that was used in skincare product for centuries ago. My first and still probably of overall all-time facial mask is made from almond. Okay, almond has been used for exfoliating the skin. The oil has been used in skincare products, and the almond milk is good making body milk and all these things for centuries, way before people was actually using regular milk on their skin. So definitely, guys, that is not the reason. I suggest it because it is good overall for the skin. I do not make a lot of recipe on my channel with almond because it tends to get a little pricey, and if you, especially wherever you live, most places that you live, you're going to notice that the almond price is a little on the the higher side. So if I make a video telling you to get about half a dozen almond and grind it up, I know some people might find it a little pricey, but I use it and I love it. Grind for oily skin people, grind up some of that almond to almond powder and add a little bit of rose water to it. Add a little bit, or you can actually brew some green tea and a little tip of rose water, blend that up nicely and apply it to your skin. Take it up a notch and add a little bit of yogurt to it. Apply it to your skin. Skip the yogurt, add a little bit of milk. Skip the milk and add a little aloe vera gel to it and use it on your skin. Amazing, amazing, amazing. All right, Penny K, thanks so much, Khichi. I'm taking notes. You are so welcome. All right, Nakyazi. I love your video. Thanks for sharing and thank you for watching. Now, if you're watching, guys, and you're liking today's topic, please give the video a thumbs up. That is how you show your support. I know we don't have a lot of, I think our notification didn't go out early today or something. I could tell by the amount of people watching when the notification didn't circulate well, but most people will come back and watch after. So if you're watching, show some love to the channel by thumbsing the video up. Also, if you're new, comment. Also, if you're not new, don't just watch, comment, ask your question, and hopefully we will answer. All right, Delia, I sweat too much, and maybe you're like me, I do sweat a lot. And if you were listening or if you were on, you'd notice that I said the sweating doesn't have anything to do with the oiliness on your skin. So when you sweat a lot, most time it means that your pores are open. Not most time. When you sweat a lot, your pores are open, and all of that sweat that is coming out, meaning the pores are clean. So sweating is good. It helps to cool the body down. All right, let's talk about sweat. Just a little quick. Why do we sweat? When we get hot, we sweat because that is our body fighting the heat. The sweat actually cool the body down. So producing all that sweat is actually taking care of you, even though we do not like it. Okay? All right, that's all I'm going to talk about sweat today. Let's move on. I don't want to stray from the topic. But yeah, sweating is cooling the body down, and that is amazing. So when you sweat, be happy, even though, we don't like it. But be happy because you know that your body is in stable position. All right. Minieta, M-E-N-I-E-H. All right, I'm not even going to try to pronounce your name, but it's M-I-N-N-I-E-H. What am I supposed to use on my face? I have dark spot, pimples, and acne. Most likely you're saying an acne. Now, your dark spot may be because of your acne scars. When your acne is dried, when your acne, is left untreated, what happened is gonna create that little mark, and that is why a lot of people with acne have a lot of spots and blemishes on the skin. Now, the first step to get rid of the dark spots and pimples and all of that on your skin is to start by taking care of your skin, by washing your face twice per day, by exfoliating your skin at least 3 times per week, by using a good facial moisturizer on the skin. The fact that you have dark spots and pimple on the skin, I'm going to ask you a question, and please, if I could get an answer. Do you have oily skin? That is the first question I would like to know, because most people with spots and blemishes and pimples, that include pimples, is from the fact that they have oily skin producing a lot of sebum. Sebum is not washing off. Blackhead is turning into whitehead is turning into blackhead, and blackhead is turning into a little hole and drying up, creating all of that hole and blackness and spots on the skin. All right, so all of that kind of confusion is going on the skin when you find that you have pimples and blackhead and spot. Not all spots and blemishes, however, are from acne. Some people have spots and blemishes from other things, but most cases is from a little pimple that you take a finger and you burst or something like that. Okay. All right. Jajeta, what ingredient for hydrating mask do you recommend to avoid the feeling of dry after applying the mask? Now, when it comes on to clay mask, if you put any form of oil in the clay mask, it is not gonna be spreadable. And I tried it, and I even post video where I put oil in the clay mask, and I realized that when I'm spreading it, I'm not getting that nice spreading that I like. It's more gonna be like fatty, and you don't get that spread. So I don't use oil in clay mask anymore. What I would substitute for is milk or some yogurt. But I'm going to give you a natural fruit that you can actually mix in the clay mask, and that is some avocado. Avocado mixed in your clay mask will help to cut down on the dryness when you remove it from the skin, from your skin. However, I suggest that you blend the avocado, and you could blend it with a little bit of a water, okay? Because it also, when you mix it in the clay, will make it be a little, you know, not so spreadable. But if you tip a little water in it and you blend it out and you mix it with the clay, and do not make your clay mask too thick, it's very absorbing. Just a teaspoon will do your face and your neck, and you're gonna have your skin looking, feeling and looking less dry when you use a clay mask. What was the other part of the question? All right, I think I missed it. I hope I answer your question, at least a part of it. Um, Jackie Mom, I'm loving the chat. God bless. Thank you so much for that. Sharon, Tori, yes, thank you, Lucy. Very helpful. Eddie Moore, thanks. Deborah Austin, the oil doesn't dissolve in the clay. Right, it doesn't. It just let it feel, you know, like fatty without, yeah. So definitely avoid using the oil. Omotoya, happy Sunday. Just to ask the question, Chichi, can I add serum to the oil mix that is in the castor oil mix? Yes, you can. And if it's a store-bought serum, you can choose to just put your serum and just a little dropper like I showed just now, without blending it all together. Just have that whenever you're about to use it. All right, so let's move on. Guys, I feel like I'm not seeing all the questions as usual. So also allow me to ask you, does much oil and spice in food can cause pimple? Now, I actually hear a lot of people saying that if you eat too much oil, or you eat too much spices and all of that, you could get pimple. I personally think that is a myth. I personally think that is a myth. Okay, I personally think that is a myth, because it's a total different operation about when you eat fat. When you eat fat, it doesn't go to the skin like that. When you eat a fat and carbohydrate and all of that, it's a process that it goes through. Anyway, we're not gonna. People are gonna get off, but I don't believe it. I really, really, really don't believe it. I actually feel like that if you eat a lot of spices and all of that, because spices help to speed up that metabolism, and you drink a lot of water, I actually feel like your skin will look better than not doing it. That is just my personal opinion. I think it's 100. Well, I think it's a myth. All right. Anyway, let's move on. Chichi, in your DIY, when you use aloe vera, do you wash before blend? Okay. I wash the leaf itself, the entire leaf, before I cut it or anything like that. I wash that. When I start to cut it up, I don't wash. So after I extract the gel, I don't wash, because the leaf already protected. Inside is totally clean. But the aloe vera leaf itself, wash it. Wash, 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 wash. Especially if you don't go out in your garden and pick it. Like me here living in America, and my aloe is gonna come from Mexico or Puerto Rico. I don't even know where my aloe come from sometimes, to be honest. I'm just saying Mexico, but I don't know. Sometimes somewhere, I gotta wash it, because during transportation and all of that kind of things, you just never know what happened or how they store your aloe or anything like that. So always, 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 always wash. And if you're crazy, you can even choose to wash it in some vinegar, okay? But anyway, we're just using the inside and not the outside. So wash it off first before you cut. All right, all right. What can I use on my face to remove melasma? And I get that question every day. A good ingredient, and I have it on my paper here for oily skin people, is a sulfur. For acne prone skin people, sulfur. Okay, that's an old remedy, guys, an old remedy, and you can actually get sulfur to buy. I'm gonna put a link below this video. You could get sulfur to buy on Amazon and stuff like that, and it's gonna get the job done. And I don't want to talk how much sulfur I use in my lifetime on my skin for all kind of, I'm just going to use the word scars and blemishes, okay? Because I don't want to gross anybody. Those of you who watch a long time know what I'm talking about when it comes on to my skin. But sulfur, guys, and for oily skin people, you can actually use sulfur to combat that oil. You can get a little bit of a sulfur, and you can add a little milk or a little plain old water to the sulfur, make a nice for 30 minutes and rinse it off just like you use the clay mask. Where is my time? My time is going. So let me give a facial scrub recipe for oily skin. And I think I already give it away, but I'm going to give you measurement really, really fast. I want all oily skin people, if you have these ingredients, to try this facial scrub, that is. Try this facial scrub for a month, at least once per week on your skin, and drink up your water and let me know at the end of the month how your skin is doing. You need 1 teaspoon of cornstarch. You need 1 teaspoon of brown sugar. Make sure when you're choosing brown sugar, the granules are not too big. If the granules are big, like I like to use raw brown sugar, like raw sugar, and most of those, the granules are a little big. You can actually put it in the blender and give it 2 pulses, 2 pulses, and it will be good. All right. And you also need a teaspoon of rose water and half a teaspoon of your favorite oil. So it's 1 teaspoon cornstarch. I hope I'll write the recipe below the video. 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon rose water, half teaspoon oil. There's no video with this on my channel, guys. This is just for you watching, so you're not going to find it there. Don't forget the cornstarch. 1 tablespoon cornstarch, 1 tablespoon brown sugar, 1 teaspoon rose water, half a teaspoon oil. I suggest that you use either grapeseed oil or almond oil, or you can even choose to use some what did I say? Grapeseed, almond, and avocado oil, some avocado oil, but just a little bit, just half of a teaspoon, or almost like 3 to 4 drops of oil, and that is for the facial scrub for oily skin people. Now, if you have oily skin and you have acne on your skin, I suggest that instead of the regular half a teaspoon of oil, you're going to use some tea tree oil to replace the oil, or you can just use the oil and add 2 to 3 drops of tea tree oil to this facial scrub, and you're going to use it at least, I suggest at least twice, but I know the laziness, so I'm just saying at least once per week. Now, when it comes on to the facial mask, here is the recipe. For the facial mask, you're going to use 1 teaspoon of Fuller's Earth or any clay that you have. 1 teaspoon Fuller's Earth or any clay you have, whether it's green clay, brown clay, whatever clay. You're also going to use a half of a teaspoon of cornstarch. Mix the cornstarch with the clay before you add 2 tablespoons of milk. And that's the recipe for a good facial mask for oily people. Now, you're going to have some people telling me that we do not have any form of clay, and we do not have any form of a Fuller's Earth. Same kind of clay, but anyway, what you're going to do, you're going to replace the Fuller's Earth with some oatmeal or even the plain old wheat flour. So you're going to replace the 1 teaspoon of Fuller's Earth with 1 teaspoon of blended oatmeal, blend to a powder. Another good substitute for this is some gram flour. So I'm going to read the recipe that I personally wish that you could do. Is the half a teaspoon Fuller's Earth or clay, half a teaspoon of cornstarch, and we have 2 tablespoons of milk. Now, I'm going to give you a little trick, guys, and this is a good trick for oily skin people. If you buy your clay mask, and they have a lot of them on the market, okay? Regardless of what clay mask that you buy out there, I am going to tell you that if you're trying to get rid of your oily skin, you're going to get some cornstarch. When you squeeze, if it's a squeeze or a scoop or whatever, your mask from your jar or your tube in your hands, you are going to sprinkle a little bit of a cornstarch over that mask, and you're going to blend it in the mask, and you're going to use it on your skin. Also, if you have a regular facial mask that you're using on your skin and your skin is oily, to turn it into a oily skin friendly facial mask, add a little cornstarch to it, okay? Or add a little blended oatmeal to it. Your regular store-bought facial mask that I'm talking about. So that's an easy and a cheap way of getting a good facial mask, okay? One that if you have to buy it that is geared toward oily skin, you might have to pay more. So you could buy any old cheap facial mask out there, clay mask or anything like that, and you just tap it up with the cornstarch or a little bit of the oatmeal powder, and your oily, you turn it into an oily skin facial mask. It's gonna get the job done. Challenge me, guys. It's gonna get the job done. Works like a charm at all times. So I'm gonna put the two recipe below the video for you guys. I'm just trying to make sure I get some of this stuff out. Okay, let's talk about oil really quick. The three oils that I suggest. What is going on? There's like this little hair just keep coming across, and it's so annoying. All right. So anyway, the three oils that I have on my paper, guys, for you for oily skin that is good is rosehip oil, morella oil, and I also have some jojoba oil. And here I have, this is what my morella oil look like, and most of the morella oil is like this. Now I'm going to tell you a little trick, guys. There is a company, The Ordinary, okay? The Ordinary do have a good morella oil. I personally don't buy The Ordinary morella oil. It's, you know, because I find other brands that I like. There's a pure marula oil, but you know, if you know that brand, you can actually buy that marula oil. I'm not promoting, but yes, it's good. And if not, I'm going to put a link below where you could get the marula oil. Now, you can find marula oil. The reason why I'm saying that is because you can find marula oil for, like, say, $7. And you can find marula oil or some high-end companies that use marula oil in their beauty products that is going to cost you $70 or $80. So be mindful when you go out there and you search for marula oil. Marula oil is marula oil, okay? It's just that it's very good. And nowadays, a lot of brands is using it in some high-end skincare product that you got to pay a pretty penny for it. Buy your plain old 100% pure marula oil, guys. And you can use it to mix into anything that you want to mix it in. All right, that's marula oil there, just plain marula oil. And it's not going to clog the pores. It's very light. Look at that. Look how it just absorbed in my skin. And it's not going to leave it greasy at all, guys. So use up your marula oil. I'm just showing you the kind of oils that I use on the channel, but I love. These are what I love. And the rosehip oil, most of you know that I talk about rosehip oil over and over and over and over and over. For those of you, mature skin, oily skin, this is your friend, okay? Mature skin, oily skin, the rosehip oil is your friend when it comes on to oil because it's going to smooth wrinkles and fine lines. I'm going to try to compare something for you guys. I'm blending out. Look at that, all right? If you notice, this is the marula oil. This is the rosehip oil. You're going to notice that the marula oil is even more absorbing in the skin than the rosehip oil. I might use a little extra rosehip oil, but still, the thing is, both of them is amazing. The marula oil contains a little bit more vitamin E the rosehip oil contains a little bit more vitamin E than the marula oil, but they are good. Anti-aging, everyone across the board, wrinkles and fine lines. And I also have another oil for you, which you can use as a carrier oil in most of your oil-based skincare product. For oily skin, that is, everyone can use, but I'm, just telling my oily skin people. Now, I don't have any on back leave. Let me see. But anyway, this is the jojoba oil, okay? Jojoba oil. And some of you already know what the jojoba oil is. Put in a little bit. Fair enough. This already have the marula oil, but I'm going to put this over it. So we're proving the jojoba oil. Now, I'm rubbing it as much as I can. And what you're going to notice is that it does not absorb totally like the other two that I show, in spite of the fact that I put it over this. And the reason for that is that you can actually use the jojoba oil as a carrier oil, meaning that you can mix the jojoba oil with other oils. You can even put a little jojoba oil and a little of the marula oil together, or whenever you're making your facial moisturizer and stuff like that, you can use the marula oil, the jojoba oil, and add other stuff to it. Use it as a carrier oil, but it can also be used directly on the skin. So these are three of my favorite oil for oily skin people. Everyone can use the jojoba oil. Everyone can use all three, but mature skin geared towards the rosehip and the marula oil. And for, regular 20s, 30s upwards, go and get your jojoba oil. I also have other oils, but these are the three. And another good oil is, oh, I'm not going to leave without talking about it, is the grapeseed oil. The grapeseed oil is another good carrier oil for oily skin people. All the remedies that I make, that I like, you know, body scrub and all of that kind of stuff for oily skin, use up the grapeseed oil. And you can get your grapeseed oil to buy in a regular supermarket. It was brought to my attention that depending on where you live, the grapeseed oil might be like really, really pricey. Okay, like here where I live is just like regular price. You know, it is oil is oil. But if you're gonna buy like a fancy brand, you might, just like olive oil, if you're buying, you could get olive oil for pretty cheap, and you could get olive oil for really top, because they're going to tell you they use the best, the best olives and the best, and they get it in certain climate. Meat. Okay, anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about. Another oil that I'm testing out for oily skin is the aloe vera oil, but I'm not saying it's my favorite, or because I don't prove it yet. Okay, guys, so I'm not gonna say. So if you have the aloe vera oil, pretty new to me, to be honest, I'm just testing it out. All right, but if you have it and you're using it, let me know. Let's put some of this aloe vera oil over the rosehip oil and see. That's the aloe vera oil, and we're gonna see how it blends out on the skin. It's looking good, to be honest. It's looking good, the fact that we're laying it over the rosehip oil, and you can see that I think it's gonna prove itself, you know, guys. But as I said, it's new to me, and I'm still getting into using the aloe vera oil. So far, seems like it's going to prove itself to be a good oil for oily skin. So if you have it out there, give it a try and let me know your result. All right, I'm trying to make sure I didn't forget anything important I want to share with you guys. All right, so that is that I'm not a good talker from notes. All right, so the natural fruits out there good for oily skin is banana, papaya, and avocado. We also have the best ingredients are honey, clay, oatmeal, egg white, almond, and fresh aloe vera. So I guess I did cover, and I did use the oil. Homemade facial toner. If you're making a homemade facial toner for oily skin, you can use green tea, chamomile, and you can also use cucumber on the skin. All right, guys. So I guess that's my roundup of taking care and treating your oily skin. I hope you get something from that. And if you're watching and you have a routine that you use on your oily skin to make it, you know, produce less oil and feel a little better, feel free to share it with us. All right, so let's take some questions while we just, you know, use up our 3 minutes. So we have 1 tablespoon cornstarch, 1 tablespoon brown sugar, one teaspoon rose water, and half a teaspoon olive oil, or okay, thank you for that, Lucy. All right, guys. Penny, great, thank you. Prudence, welcome. Positive lifestyle, welcome. Cynthia Wallace, mask for normal skin. Where did Cynthia Wallace? I was watching something yesterday, and I swear I came across that name. Cynthia Wallace, comment and let me know. Let me know if you were somewhere where I was yesterday. Okay, the name just seems familiar. Hello, Wendy Elliott. Thank you for that. And Breakable People. Hi, Chichi and Lucy. I am Asian, watching from Miami, Florida. I'm 47 years old. I'm getting discouraged because nothing seems to take away the wrinkles from my lips and face. Any suggestion? You said nothing? But I'm going to ask you right now, do you try the facial massages? Because I get so many response about that facial massages. Okay, use the clay mask on your face when it comes on to wrinkles. Use milk on your face. Use egg white on your face. Okay, some of these anti-aging recipes that I'm putting out there, use those on your face, because those are what I use. I'm not as young as a lot of people think. As a matter of fact, I've been posting videos recently like, oh, 50-year-olds look 30. I'm actually 51 years old, but you know, I'm going to keep it at 50. But anyway, guys, let me give you an oil that is good. The squalene oil. A squalene oil Use the squalene oil to massage your face. Look at even I have a few massaging videos on my channel. Look them up. I'm not a professional when it comes on to the massaging. I watch other people and see how they do it, and I practice it, and that is the truth. And you have some good videos on YouTube showing you how to massage your face. Find a good one or follow mine, because I feel like mine is very, very simple, and make it your own and get some squalene. Is you could find it, and I always have it listed. Those oils that I always have listed underneath my videos, those are the ones that I personally use on my skin. So definitely use the squalene and massage your face. Use a good clay mask and do it for a month and come back. Send me an email and let me custom something for you, something similar to what I am using, and let's see if it's gonna work for you. All right. Hello, Sharon Henry. I saw you on the top of the hour, and I was like looking for your comment, and I just couldn't find it. How are you doing? And now it's out of my sight again. Sharon Henry, how are you? Somehow it just went away, Sharon. All right. I'm taking questions, guys. So go ahead and ask questions. Let's see who is on. Cynthia, always watch your videos, beautiful lady. Thank you for that. We have Sharon Tori. How are you? Wendy, Maxine, Jackie Mom, Margaret. Thanks for the recipe. Elaine Barris. I love the aloe vera oil. I use it. So someone is using the aloe vera oil. So you love it, you use it, and a couple of minutes after, I'm just watching my hands to see what's going on. A couple of minutes after, just getting into it, and I think I'm liking it so far. Hello, Loretta Grace. Welcome. Better late than never. Torned Porter. Good afternoon, Chichi. Good afternoon. And we also have Prudence. Timomoy. I think I pronounced your last name wrong. If I pronounce your name wrong, bear with me. And we also have Anna. Welcome. And we also have a ring king, a ring king. Anyway, I think some little nursery rhyme. Anyway, I'm just thinking, I'm wondering how you come up with that name, but yeah, something. I think I'm saying it wrong. Ring ting ting. Anyway, all right, Georgetta Adelia. What ingredient for hydrating mask do you recommend to avoid the peeling? Okay, I did reply to that question. Wendy Maxine, can you make your own rose water? Yes, you can. The way you make your own rose water, make sure it's not the roses that someone sent you in a bouquet. If you have your rose tree outside in the backyard, free from pesticide and all of that, what you do, you wait until your rose, it's getting a little wilt, and then you take it off. There's two ways of doing it. You can actually choose to dry the rose petals, or you can choose to use it fresh. You're going to steam it. If you dry the rose petal, you are going to put it in your pot with water. And first of all, let the water boil first, okay? Boil the water first. So that means you get out all of the, whatever is in the water. And then once the water starts to boil, you dump your rose petal in it. You turn the stove off, you cover it, and you leave it there overnight. In the morning, you just strain that, and guess what you have? Rose water. For the fresh rose petal, you are just going to pour the hot water on it. Cover it, leave it overnight, and you make your own rose water. Or if you're crazy and you have the fresh rose petal, you can actually put it in a blender. You could blend all of that. You're gonna have an X amount. You could really, really blend it. That way you're also releasing the rose oil from it. You really, really blend it. And you pour that hot water in it and cover it and strain it. Rose water. Okay? Easy peasy as that. You gotta keep it in the refrigerator because you don't have preservative. Okay? If you want to go, you could go and buy the preservative and put a little in it, and you have a long shelf life. Really, really good. All right. And while you're making the rose water, the fact that you're making your own rose water, you could add a little green tea to it. All right. Tip. Geneva, your skin is glowing. Thank you. I have oily skin. You are so welcome. And we also have, all right, guys, my time is up. I'm searching for questions and I'm not seeing any. So we gotta go. I love you guys. Have a wonderful week. We have a really good lineup of videos coming up this week for you. Thank you for always watching. I have not been commenting much on my videos. A lot of you might not know that I have a death in my family. Yesterday was a funeral and couldn't get to go, so we actually was watching it over on Zoom, and it was very emotional, like really really emotional. I'm still not over it, but I'm here doing the show because she always watches my show and she would not be happy if I didn't do the show today. So I'm doing this something she always look forward to. So it's a must that I come on here and be like, yeah. But deep down, I'm very, very sad. This was like one of my favorite people. But I know that, as I said earlier, I am 50. She's just 6 years older than I am. 51. 6 years older than I am. Very, very, pretty young. Very energetic and all of that. And things just happen. And I'm just closing out my show by saying, guys, the people around you that you love them unconditionally. Tell them you love them. Talk to them when you can. Don't put it off. Don't put it off. Talk to them when you can and do what you need to do where life is concerned. Don't sit down and be like, okay, I am not going to go to the park until I get a nice pair of Jordans. No. Wear a little old sneaker and go to the park, okay? Because you see today, you don't see tomorrow. That's all that I'm saying. Do not put on, you want to go on a trip? Don't talk about, oh, when I lose weight, like, no. Go with your fat self, all right? And enjoy your life. You see today, you do not see tomorrow. Live your life as if it is the last day, all right? Stop stressing about what you have from what you don't have. Let me tell you something. My aunt, and I was saying, I'm just talking a little bit. It's not the end of the video. Probably I'll cut it off so only you guys could see this part of it. My aunt always wants a nice house. Always wants a nice house. Really want one. And I'm telling you something. She do whatever what it takes. She did whatever she had to do to get the nice house. But guess what? It just dawned on me and Pauline, and Auntie, if you're still watching, I think I was talking to Auntie Whoopi last night, that it just dawned on me that she didn't get to enjoy it. She didn't get to enjoy it. Guys, enjoy what you have now. Don't keep saying that you're not going to do this, you're not going to do that until you're not going to go to the beach until you lose weight. You're not going to just do what you can do now, okay? Tomorrow is not promised to anyone, and that's all. And that's why I'm telling you guys, do your facial mask. I gotta let you guys laugh. Put your facial mask on, okay? Do it now. Take care of your skin. Wash your skin. Love yourself. Comb your hair. And even if your clothes, you see my clothes is crushy today, guys. I was trying for you guys not to see. I didn't even iron it. I was like, but it looked like a style, right? Once you would never catch me do this. The old me would never ever come in here with a crushed shirt like this. Some of the people leave already so they don't see it. I would never do such thing like me putting on a crushed clothes. No. But guess what, guys? Life is too short to worry about the small things. I came on here, I did my show. 90% of you didn't even notice that my top is so crushy. So I sweat it and make a fuss. I'm not going to put it on. No, guys, we need to stop. Wake up, guys. Wake up and live your life. Live your life to the fullest, okay? I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Go watch the video I posted this morning, guys, and comment, support the channel by, watching the videos and watching the comments, and that's how you support the channel. I see you in my next video. Bye-bye. Have a great week, guys. Have a great week. And yes, Lucy, I do. Lucy, let me tell you something. I just saw Lucy comment. Serve your tea in the fancy teapot on the shelf. When I was, quick story, guys. I know I said I was going. When I was growing up, okay, I grew up half and half with my stepmom. My stepmom had the prettiest cabinet, or some people call it break front, or some people call it china cabinet. Depends on when you were born. I don't even know what they call it now. I just know I like them. And she have all the nice, teacups and glass and long stem and all of that. And as a child, I used to sit and I used to watch it like this. I like nice things from I was a child. I used to watch it like, I want to drink out of one of that, and I'm studying which one I want to drink out of. One day I got up and I couldn't take it no more, and I go and I said, can I get one of those to drink out of? And my mother was like, get out of here! Get out of here! You want to go drink out? Where's your cup? Where's your cup? Where's your cup? Let me tell you something, guys. I don't even think, and I wish I could just run upstairs. I don't even think anybody get to even sip a little water out of any of those. And you know something? When I went on my own, I said, I'm not doing that. And I buy the nicest thing. If you come to my house, I'm eating out of the nicest plate that I have. I'm drinking out of my long stem glass, the nicest one. Okay? I'm not putting it down for stranger. I have a nice little set upstairs in one of those little break front thing I have, and guess what is in there? A nice little set that I used to watch in my stepmother cabinet. When they passed, that was one thing that I took from the house because I used to watch it as a child. I am drinking all kind of things out of it now. Not me. I'm just saying, use up your things. So you're right, Lucy. Use up your things. Use your things. Do not put them down for tomorrow, and do not put them down for strangers. Another thing too, guys, I'm old school, so when it comes on to like underwears and stuff, how many of you are let's just do this after the show. How many of you put away like your nice underwears and stuff like that for when you're going out or special occasion? That's the way I was raised. We have underwear for church, we have underwear for school, we have underwear for the yard, and what else we have underwear for? Probably when people coming over, I don't know, but we have different for everything. And don't you dare put on your church underwear if you're not going to church. And when I just went on my own, I used to practice that. I used to not necessarily church and but I always have like a whole set that, okay, this set is, if I'm going on vacation, blah, 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 blah. I'm slowly cutting out of that. I'm wearing them when I get them. Brand new, wearing them. Okay? Because guess what? I might be storing them up for a trip that I might never ever take. All right? Anyway, I'm kind of an underwear junkie. I gotta end the show, guys. I'm going. Bye-bye, guys. Have a great week. Love yourself. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in my next video. If you want us to do a show where we just sit and chat, guess what, guys? Something is coming up where this is going to be happening, where we could talk about all these kind of things. So stay tuned for that. I'll update you very, very soon. I love you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.